The one interesting thing about piercing, it's always been around in one way or another, really since the beginning of mankind. They find mummies, they find corpses and whatnot that have been pierced or tattooed in certain ways. So in and of itself, people have been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. I think modern body piercing has really changed incredibly. It started with a small group of people in the 60s, basically centered in San Francisco, gay men piercing themselves, who basically got together and found there were other people doing that, which at the time seemed completely outrageous. So I think in the past 40 years, everything has kind of shifted.
This is a triple bevel needle used in piercing. The reason they call it triple bevel is you see the flat side here is cut, beveled in one edge. There's another cut here, and then it's beveled at the tip. What that does is it makes a semicircular incision at the end, and then the rest of the bevel flattens out the tissue. My name is Kevin Tarbell. I'm a piercer at Splash of Color, Tattoo and Body Piercing Studios. Training that I've had is a basic piercer seminar, health and safety seminar, which was a week-long course. I've also had bloodborne pathogens, principles of sterilization, which is updated yearly. I also do first aid and CPR, which is updated every 2 years. Inner ear cartilage piercing is the most intricate. It's very difficult to get the needle down into the area the right way, get the right angles, and have everything come out the way you really want it to.
I turned 18 6 days ago, so I decided that I'd get something pierced. I thought it'd be a lot different than getting my ear pierced in other places, but it really wasn't. It felt not quite as bad as I thought it would.
Every package you see us open up has an indicator strip in there. It's white before it goes in, and after 45 to 60 minutes of heat and steam penetrating the object, it kills all microscopic organisms that may be in there. We also do a weekly spore test. It shows our spore test results right up there. That lets us know that it's properly sterilizing the equipment. Bioequipment is funky equipment that has been used on other people before. It goes through a disinfection process that starts over there. I'm wearing PPE, personal protective equipment. It is required at the shop, which is double gloves with a pair of sleeves, an apron, and then a face shield. We disinfect the equipment with Maticide. We rinse the equipment first, do a scrubbing process to remove any debris. We let this sit in the Maticide for 10 minutes. This is done every time we use a piece of equipment on any person's body. The ultrasonic removes any debris that may be on there. After it's gone through 30 minutes of that, we dry off the equipment, lubricate it, package it with the indicators, and it sits up here waiting to be ran through the autoclaves.
My name's Beth, and I'm getting my ear cartilage pierced today. I really don't have any concerns except for the fact that I hate needles.
My name's William Bailey. I've been piercing for 5 years. I took a gauntlet piercing seminar. Gauntlet are basically the people who in the late 60s and early 70s kind of started and standardized modern body piercing. And that was my first official type of training, my first quantifiable training. I started working at Bodywork Productions in Cleveland just over 2 years ago, and currently I'm splitting my time between there and Splash of Color here in East Lansing. Right now I'm piercing maybe 10 or 15 hours a week. My full-time job during the week is with an educational company. What we do is we provide education for people in this industry. It's called Health Educators. Its head office is in Cleveland, Ohio. The most common question we're asked is whether or not any particular piercing hurts. Obviously, that's people's main concern. It's the #1 thing on their minds. What we really try to do at the two studios is also kind of provide an educational experience to where we let them know aspects that otherwise would go unnoticed. Things along the lines of sterilization, procedure, infection control measures that we do take to protect their safety. So I think they end up leaving with a little bit of a better understanding of everything that goes into it, and Generally then on repeat visits, their focus kind of shifts from, does it hurt, I'm so nervous, to kind of a more balanced looking at it as a procedure.
Oh, I thought you were just like measure it out. That's why I'm like, all right, just breathe. Oh, hello. Oh.
He pulled a good trick on me, and I didn't know he was doing it, and so it's all right. It's just really hot right now.
Where it's at now, I don't know that anybody would have guessed that it would be as popular and as accepted as it is now in most areas of the country. I think the procedure itself has changed incredibly. You know, again, the clientele has changed. It's an evolving industry, so the way that it is today won't be the way that it is tomorrow, won't be the way that it is next year. I think it's in a constant state of flux.